Hey, I'm about to tell you a story. One that involves a 21-year-old gun charge, $23 ketchup bottles from the Dollar Tree, Cook County Jail, my mom fighting COVID from a hospital bed, and two SaaS products I just launched. And if you stick around to the end, you'll see why 2026 is about to be the craziest year of my life. So let's go. In 2020, I disappeared from this channel, not because I quit, not because I ran out of ideas, but because I had a 21-year-old gun charge hanging over my head. I was a kid. I made mistakes. And for 2 decades, that mistake followed me everywhere. I couldn't travel freely, couldn't cross state lines without looking over my shoulder, couldn't put my face out there the way I needed to. Because in the back of my mind, I was always wondering what happens when people find out. So I stayed in the shadows, building, grinding, surviving, but never really stepping into the light. And here's the part I'm almost embarrassed to admit. I used to watch other marketers online, guys with less experience than me, landing clients, making money, building audiences. And I'd sit there thinking, why not me? But deep down, I knew the answer. It was fear. Fear of being judged, fear of being found out, fear that my past would disqualify me from my future. So I stayed small. And that shit haunted me. But let's rewind even further from that because my journey, with online businesses started way before 2020. It actually started back in 2012 when I built my first website, masterlivingsmarter.com. Plastered it with affiliate links and banners and made a whopping, yeah, you guessed it, $0. Not a single sale, not even a click. I mean, hey, but I didn't quit. Then in 2014, something happened that changed everything. I recorded an audiobook in my daughter's closet. Just me, the cheap microphone on the laptop that I had at the time, and a dream. Put it on Amazon, and a few weeks later, I made my first sale to someone in Italy. A $3 profit. Now, look, I know that doesn't sound like much, but to me, that $3 was proof. Proof that a guy from Chicago living in Bronzeville at the time on the South Side could record something in his daughter's closet and sell it to someone on the other side of the world. And that's when I knew the internet was the real play. So I went all in. I tried everything: affiliate marketing, ranking and renting, SEO reselling through platforms like Vendasta and SEO reseller. I even tried selling mobile apps with a white label platform called Biz Apps actually. I put a couple digital products on JVZoo, and of course they bombed. Bought a bunch of courses, on Warrior Plus, and one of the courses I bought on Warrior Plus was a YouTube software from a guy named Cliff Kerrigan, and that software had a lot of issues. I stayed on the phone with the support guy, Rod, almost every week. Shout out to Rod. But here's the thing that got interesting. Rod invited me to a Skype group, and it was one of the first real masterminds I'd ever been a part of. And there was a little bit of everybody in that group: white hat marketers, gray hat, and black hat. Some of the smartest people I'd ever met, and some that even looked like me for the first time. I felt like I belonged somewhere. So I spent 7 to 10 hours a day in that group, listening, learning, testing. I went from an eighth grade education in internet marketing to calculus in under a year. But here's the problem: I still wasn't making any real money. And I knew why. See, my backstory wasn't pretty. I didn't go to college with flying honors, didn't have a degree covering my walls. Hell, I didn't even have a high school diploma. My science teacher at Seattle Central Middle College flunked me senior year. And it was not because I wasn't doing the work. It's not because I wasn't, not because I was failing the test, but because I was late to her class every single day. So I ended up getting a GED a year later and totally forgot about it. Didn't even realize I had one until 10 years later in 2009 when I was locked up in Cook County Jail. Yeah, that's the part that didn't want to talk about the streets. The gun charge from 1999 from out of state, the legal issues that kept me looking over my shoulder for 2 decades, couldn't put myself out there, couldn't land high ticket clients because I thought people would judge me. So I stayed behind the screen. I tried selling to local restaurants face to face. I got a few appointments, but nothing stuck because I was hiding. And you can't build a real business while you're hiding. But here's the thing, I kept grinding. And by 2020, I was crushing it on Amazon, selling everything, print on demand t shirts, physical books. I was sourcing books for 10 to 20 cents and flipping them for 50, 60, sometimes even $100. One month I sold thousands of books on Amazon and the margins were crazy insane. Buy a book for 20 cents, sell it for $89, and after Amazon took their fees, I walk away with $50 to $60 in pure profit. Then I started selling groceries. Yep, groceries on Amazon. So, one day, I told my boy about it. He couldn't believe it. People were paying $23 for 3 bottles of ketchup. Yeah, that I got from the Dollar Tree when they were still a dollar each. Crazy, wild times. But even though I was making money, I knew digital marketing was the bigger play. I just couldn't step into it fully yet because I still had that weight on my shoulders, that gun charge, that fear. But late 2020 is when everything changed. Late 2020, I finally cleared my case. 21 years gone. I could travel freely again. I could move without looking over my shoulder. And for the first time in my adult life, I felt like I could actually breathe. By the end of that year, I had 18 to 19 properties under contract in my land flipping business. Amazon was still humming along and life was good. So I thought, this is it. This is my year. Then came 2021, and that's when the nightmare began. My Amazon business tanked, book sales fell to a crawl, essentially non existent, grocery sales dried up, and to this day, I still don't know what happened. But out of those 18 properties I had under contract, only 8 of them ended up closing. The rest fell through for one reason or another, and profits were just base hits, not one home run. Then, that summer, got the call. My mom had COVID. She was in the hospital, and I didn't even think twice. I bought a one-way ticket on my last dime, stayed with her for almost a month. And when she finally got out of the hospital, I came back to Chicago completely broke. Credit cards maxed out, back against the wall, imposter syndrome kicking in hard. And I started asking myself, how can I go out and get digital marketing clients when I have years of experience, but no actual results to show? And truly, I felt like a fraud. So I did something unorthodox. I found a guy on Facebook teaching how to buy and sell diabetic supplies. I know, random as hell, but I took one of my last credit cards, which had a $500 limit on it, bought the course for $497, left myself with $3 in my name, and I went all in. 24 hours after getting the course, I went through the entire thing that same night. It's roughly 11 p.m., 11:30 at night, 8 inches of snow on the ground. This is middle of February 2022. I'm out there with the tape gun and 30 flyers, hitting every bus stop on Western Avenue, and my hands are freezing. I look crazy, but I needed this to work. By the next morning, my phone was ringing. Diabetics with supplies to sell. And for the next 2 to 3 years, that business cranked. And to be honest, it's still doing well today. I paid off all my debt, built up some cash, and I was good. So I told myself, you know what? Screw internet marketing. I got something working in. Like I was taught as a kid, stick to what works. But late 2023, something shifted again. I joined a few mastermind groups outside the watch trading community that I had already been in. And in 2024, I stumbled across Perry Belcher again, full circle. And being in that mastermind, which I still am today, reignited something in me, especially with AI coming in like a tidal wave. I started seeing what was possible, not just for me, but for everyone willing to adapt. So throughout 2024 and into 2025, I went hard. I taught myself how to code, built 3 SaaS products from scratch, and I just launched 2 of them as of recently. Get Hold Fix, which is a product that helps Chicago business owners clear city license holds in minutes instead of weeks, and Brief to Action, which stops the 31-hour per month meeting problem with AI powered agendas and action tracking. But that's just the beginning, because what I'm diving into now in 2026 is AI automation for local businesses, AI clones, voice agents, systems that handle the busy work for you. And I'm documenting the entire process on this channel, because here's what I realized. All right, I don't have legal issues holding me back anymore. Don't have imposter syndrome telling me I'm not good enough, and I'm done hiding. So 2026, that's the year that I go all in on this channel, on helping local businesses dominate with AI, on showing you exactly how to implement those systems for yourself. And here's what I want you to imagine. A year from now, you're watching this channel and you see me build AI automation systems in real time. You've watched me break down voice agents that are actually working for local businesses. You've seen behind the scenes of AI clones handling customer service, lead follow-up, appointment setting. And maybe, just maybe, you applied some of what I shared and your business is different now. You're not stuck doing everything manually. You're leveraging AI and you're winning. That's what this channel is about. So here's the deal. This channel, no fluff, no hype, just actionable AI strategies you can use right now today. I'm going to show you what's working with AI automation. I'm going to document my journey building these systems in real time. I'm going to break down how local businesses can use AI to save time and make more money. And I'm going to give you the tools you need to succeed, whether you implement them yourself or we work together to do it for you. Because second place is cool, but first is best, and you can forget the rest. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and let me know what AI topic you want me to cover first, and buckle up, because 2026 is about to be legendary. Oh, and remember that 21-year-old gun charge I mentioned at the beginning? That weight I was carrying for 2 decades, well, it's gone now. Proof that your past doesn't have to define your future. So whatever's been holding you back, it's time to let that shit go. Let's get it. Oh, and one more thing. In the coming videos, I'm breaking down exactly how I'm using AI to automate entire business processes. Voice agents, AI clones, lead generation on autopilot, the systems that are actually working in 2026. You're not going to want to miss it. So I'll see you there.